Welcome to Old World Stories. I'm glad you're here. Every story I tell is set in the ancient or medieval world, grounded in real history, told slowly, and designed for one purpose only: to help you rest. Tonight, I'm taking you to ancient India, to the year 261 BCE, in the aftermath of the Kalinga War. Emperor Ashoka, the most powerful ruler of his time, stands at a crossroads. He has conquered almost the entire subcontinent, but victory has brought him no peace. Only regret, only silence, only the weight of what he has done. Under the starry skies of his palace, something is about to change. This is not a story of battle. It is a story of transformation, of a king who learned that true victory is not over others, but over oneself. You are a silent witness to this moment. No one knows you are there. You carry nothing, need nothing, and have nowhere else to be. Just breathe and let the starry skies guide you. Close your eyes. Let your body settle into the bed beneath you. There is nowhere you need to be tonight. Not one single place. Not one single task. Not one single worry that cannot wait until morning. The world outside your window is fading now. The sounds of the day, the brightness of electric lights, the hum of distant traffic. All of it is growing softer, more distant, like the memory of a dream you once had. Take a slow breath in through your nose. Hold it gently and release. Good. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. Let your hands rest open at your sides. The weight of the day is sliding away from you now. Each breath you take, each exhale, carries a little more of it out of your body and into the air, where it dissolves and disappears. I'm going to take you somewhere very old tonight, to the royal palace of Pataliputra, the imperial capital of the Mauryan Empire. The year is 261 BCE, 3 months after the Kalinga War. The city sleeps, but the emperor does not. His name is Ashoka. He is the most powerful ruler in the world. His empire stretches from the Himalayas to the Deccan, from the eastern sea to the western mountains. He has conquered almost everything that can be conquered. And yet, tonight he lies awake. The warm night air carries the scent of jasmine from the palace gardens. The distant sound of the Ganges River flows through the sleeping city, a constant, gentle murmur that has been here for millennia and will be here for millennia more. The moon hangs low in the sky, casting silver patterns on the stone floor of the emperor's chambers. But Ashoka does not see any of it. His eyes are open, fixed on the ceiling above him. His body is still, but his mind is not. It races through the events of the past months. The battle, the blood, the silence that followed the cries. The faces of the dead. The faces of the grieving. The face of a child who will never see her parents again. He has not slept properly since the war ended. 3 months of sleepless nights. 3 months of staring at the ceiling, trying to understand what he has done. 3 months of wondering if there is any way to undo it. The silence of the night presses in around him, heavy and suffocating. He closes his eyes, hoping for rest. But rest does not come. You are with him now, watching from the shadows of the room. You are not seen, not heard. You are simply a witness to this moment, the moment before everything changes. The Emperor Ashoka lies awake, and in the silence of the night, his heart is breaking. In his restless sleep, Ashoka's mind drifts back to the battlefield. He does not relive the battle itself, the clash of swords, the screams of the dying, the chaos of war. Those memories have faded. What remains is something worse. The aftermath, the fields of Kalinga. The memory comes to him like smoke, curling through his sleeping mind. He sees it clearly, as if it were happening all over again. The rice paddies that once stretched green and golden to the horizon are now blackened and trampled. The bodies lie where they fell, soldiers and farmers, men and women, old and young. The ground is soaked with blood and rain. A child's doll lies half buried in the mud. Its face is still smiling, though its owner is nowhere to be found. An old woman sits in the ruins of her village, her hands empty, her face streaked with tears. She does not weep loudly. She has no energy left for that. She simply sits, staring at nothing, her grief too deep for sound. A soldier wanders through the carnage, his armor dented, his sword hanging loose in his hand. He cannot remember why he fought. He cannot remember what he was fighting for. He only knows that he has survived, and that survival feels like failure. And in the center of it all stands Ashoka. He is not the conqueror here. He is not the emperor. He is simply a man, standing in the ruins of his victory, trying to understand what he has done. The weight of it settles on him like stone, heavier than any crown, heavier than any throne. He tries to speak, but no words come. The bodies stare up at him with empty eyes. The old woman does not see him. The soldier does not notice him. He is invisible here, as invisible as he would like to be to his own conscience. A single tear falls from his cheek and lands on the ruined earth. He does not wipe it away. He does not try to hide it. He simply stands there, in the silence of the battlefield, and lets himself feel what he has tried so hard not to feel. The memory fades, and Ashoka shifts in his sleep. But the weight of that battlefield stays with him, pressing down on his chest like a stone. You watch him from the shadows of the room, feeling the weight of his sorrow. You are not there to judge him, not there to comfort him. You are simply a witness to the moment that will change his life forever. In his restless sleep, Ashoka's mind drifts back to the battlefield. He does not relive the battle itself, the clash of swords, the screams of the dying, the chaos of war. Those memories have faded. What remains is something worse. The aftermath, the fields of Kalinga. The memory comes to him like smoke, curling through his sleeping mind. He sees it clearly, as if it were happening all over again. The rice paddies that once stretched green and golden to the horizon are now blackened and trampled. The bodies lie where they fell, soldiers and farmers, men and women, old and young. The ground is soaked with blood and rain. A child's doll lies half buried in the mud. Its face is still smiling, though its owner is nowhere to be found. An old woman sits in the ruins of her village, her hands empty, her face streaked with tears. She does not weep loudly. She has no energy left for that. She simply sits, staring at nothing, her grief too deep for sound. A soldier wanders through the carnage, his armor dented, his sword hanging loose in his hand. He cannot remember why he fought. He cannot remember what he was fighting for. He only knows that he has survived, and that survival feels like failure. And in the center of it all stands Ashoka. He is not the conqueror here. He is not the emperor. He is simply a man, standing in the ruins of his victory, trying to understand what he has done. The weight of it settles on him like stone, heavier than any crown, heavier than any throne. He tries to speak, but no words come. The bodies stare up at him with empty eyes. The old woman does not see him. The soldier does not notice him. He is invisible here, as invisible as he would like to be to his own conscience. A single tear falls from his cheek and lands on the ruined earth. He does not wipe it away. He does not try to hide it. He simply stands there, in the silence of the battlefield, and lets himself feel what he has tried so hard not to feel. The memory fades, and Ashoka shifts in his sleep. But the weight of that battlefield stays with him, pressing down on his chest like a stone. You watch him from the shadows of the room, feeling the weight of his sorrow. You are not there to judge him, not there to comfort him. You are simply a witness to the moment that will change his life forever. In the deepest part of the garden, beneath an ancient banyan tree, a man sits in meditation. Ashoka stops when he sees him. The man is a monk, his head shaved, his robe simple, his posture perfectly still. His eyes are closed, his breathing slow and even. He sits on a stone slab beneath the banyan tree, its roots hanging like curtains of dark silk around him. He has been here for 3 days. His name is Upagupta, and he is a Buddhist monk who has come to Pataliputra seeking an audience with the emperor. He has not asked for permission. He has not sent a message. He has simply come, knowing that Ashoka would eventually find him. And now he has. Ashoka approaches slowly, his footsteps silent on the grass. The monk does not open his eyes. He does not move. He continues his meditation as if the emperor is not there. And somehow this does not anger Ashoka, quiets him. He sits beside the monk, on the grass beneath the banyan tree. The roots hang around them like a curtain, creating a small, intimate space, a sanctuary within the garden. "I am the emperor," Ashoka says, his voice heavy with exhaustion. "I conquered all. I am the most powerful ruler in the world. So tell me, monk, why do I feel so empty?" The monk is silent for a long moment. His breath continues, slow and even. His eyes remain closed. Then, softly, his voice comes, quiet as rain on leaves, gentle as a mother's touch. "What did you conquer, Emperor?" Ashoka is silent. Land or suffering? The words enter him like a key into a lock. He feels something shift in his chest, something opening, something breaking. The greatest victory, the monk continues, is not over others. It is over one's own mind. Ashoka sits in silence, the words sinking into him. He has conquered nations. He has defeated armies. He has built the largest empire in the world. But he has never conquered his own mind. He has never mastered his own heart. He has been a slave to his own desires, his own ambition, his own anger. How do I do that? He asks, his voice barely a whisper. How do I conquer my own mind? You do not conquer it, Upagupta replies. You befriend it. You learn to understand it. You let it speak and you listen. And then, slowly, gently, you let it go. Ashoka is quiet for a long time. He thinks of the battlefield. He thinks of the bodies. He thinks of the old woman weeping in the ruins of her village. He thinks of the soldier who could not remember why he fought. I was born a prince, he says. I was made a warrior. I became a king. I never chose any of it. And now, Emperor? Upagupta opens his eyes for the first time. They are calm, clear, filled with a peace that Ashoka has never known. For the first time, you have a choice. Silence. What is that choice? To be the cause of suffering, or to be the end of it? The words land like a stone in still water. Ripples spread outward, touching every part of Ashoka's being. He sits beneath the banyan tree, the roots hanging around him like curtains, and he begins to understand. Time passes. The moon moves across the sky. The stars shift overhead. The night deepens, and the garden grows quieter. Ashoka and Upagupta sit in silence beneath the banyan tree. The monk has closed his eyes again, returning to his meditation. But Ashoka is not meditating. He is thinking, truly thinking for the first time in his life. He thinks of the battlefield. He thinks of the bodies. He thinks of the old woman and the soldier and the child's doll half buried in the mud. He thinks of the empire he has built and the price it has cost. And then, slowly, he thinks of something else. He thinks of what he could be. Not a conqueror, not a killer, not a man whose name is spoken with fear, but a healer, a protector, a man whose name is spoken with gratitude. I cannot undo what I did, he says, his voice breaking. I cannot bring them back. I cannot make it right. Upagupta opens his eyes and looks at him with infinite compassion. No one can undo the past, Emperor, but you can choose what comes next. Ashoka looks up at the stars. They are still there, scattered across the sky like a million tiny lamps. But now they seem different to him, not indifferent, not eternal, not cold. They seem compassionate. They seem to be watching over him, waiting for him to make his choice. He takes a slow breath. I will do better, he says, his voice soft but steady. I will be better. The words hang in the air like a promise. Upagupta smiles, the first smile Ashoka has seen on his face. Then you are already on the path, Emperor. Ashoka does not know exactly what that means. He does not know where the path will lead or what it will require of him. But for the first time in months, he feels something other than the weight of his regret. He feels hope. He rises from the grass, his body tired but his heart lighter. He looks down at Upagupta, who has returned to his meditation. Will you stay? Ashoka asks. I will stay as long as you need me, the monk replies. Ashoka nods and walks back through the garden toward the palace. The stars follow him home. Ashoka wakes with the first light. He does not remember falling asleep. He does not remember climbing into his bed. The last thing he remembers is walking back through the garden, the stars above him, the promise in his heart. But somehow, between the garden and the dawn, he slept. For the first time in months, he slept. He rises from his bed and goes to the window. The sun is rising over the Ganges, painting the sky in shades of gold and rose and soft lavender. The river flows below, silver in the morning light, carrying the blessings of the monks downstream to the villages beyond. Ashoka stands at the window and watches the dawn. The world looks different today. It is not changed. The river still flows, the sun still rises, the city still sleeps. But Ashoka sees it differently. He sees it with new eyes. He calls his ministers. They come quickly, as they always do, the highest officials of the empire, the men who help him govern his vast domains. They stand before him, their heads bowed, waiting for his commands. But Ashoka does not command them today. He speaks to them. "I have made a decision," he says. "There will be no more wars, no more conquest, no more killing." The ministers exchange glances. They do not understand. This is not the Ashoka they know. This is not the conqueror who built the empire with blood and iron. "I have seen what war does," Ashoka continues. "I have seen the bodies. I have seen the grief. I have seen the emptiness that victory leaves behind. And I have decided that I will no longer be the cause of suffering. I will be the end of it." The ministers are silent. They do not know what to say. "From this day forward," Ashoka says, "the empire will be governed by dharma, not by fear, not by force, by compassion, by kindness, by the good of all beings." And so begins a new chapter in the history of India. Years pass. Ashoka's transformation deepens. The emperor who once conquered with blood now rules with compassion. He sends his wisdom across the empire, carved into stone pillars and cliff faces, so that every person, from the poorest villager to the richest merchant, can read his words. The words are simple. They say, "Do not harm, do not kill, be kind, be compassionate. All men are my children. I desire for all people the same welfare and happiness I desire for my own children. The fulfillment of my desires is that all people should be happy." These words are carved by stonecutters in remote villages and read aloud by village elders to their people. They are chanted by monks in monasteries and studied by scholars in universities. They spread across the empire like ripples on a pond, touching every shore. Ashoka builds hospitals for humans and animals. He digs wells in remote villages. He plants shade trees along the roads so that travelers can rest. He sends monks to spread the Buddha's teachings to the far corners of the world, to Sri Lanka, to Burma, to the kingdoms of Southeast Asia. The empire changes. Slowly, gradually, it changes. The wars that once defined it fade into memory. The violence that once shaped it gives way to something new. The empire becomes known not for its power, but for its peace. And Ashoka grows old. He walks through his gardens now with a slower step, his hair white, his face lined with years. but his eyes are peaceful. The restlessness that once drove him has quieted. The weight that once pressed on his chest has lifted. He stops by a reflecting pool and looks at his reflection. He recognizes the man he sees. The Emperor Ashoka has grown old. His work is done. The pillars are carved. The edicts are written. The teachings have spread across the world. He has done what he could, and what he could do was enough. He walks through his gardens one last time. The same garden where he walked on the night of his transformation. The same banyan tree where Upagupta sat. The same reflecting pool where he looked at his reflection and did not recognize himself. But now everything is different. The stars are still there, scattered across the sky like a million tiny lamps. The Ganges still flows below, silver in the moonlight. The garden still breathes with the scent of jasmine and champak. But Ashoka is different. He is at peace. He lies down on the stone bench beneath the banyan tree, the same bench where he sat on that long ago night. He looks up at the stars and sees his life reflected in their ancient light. The battles, the sorrows, the transformations, the long journey from darkness to light. He remembers the battlefield and the bodies. He remembers the old woman weeping in the ruins of her village. He remembers the child's doll half buried in the mud. He remembers the weight that crushed him and the moment he chose to let it go. And he is grateful. Grateful for the sorrow that broke him. Grateful for the emptiness that opened him. Grateful for the peace that filled him. The stars seem to be smiling down at him. I did what I could, he whispers to the night. I became what I could become. He closes his eyes. The river flows below. The night birds sing their gentle songs. And Ashoka, the Emperor of Peace, rests forever. Good night, dear listener. The stars that Ashoka saw are the same stars you see tonight. The river that flowed past Pataliputra still flows. The peace he found is still available, to you, to me, to anyone who is willing to turn toward it. Ashoka's transformation was not sudden. It was a process, a slow, difficult turning of the heart. But it began with a single moment, a single choice. You too can choose peace. In your own life, in your own way, you can choose to be kind. You can choose to be gentle. You can choose to let go of what weighs you down. And tonight, you can choose to rest. The starry skies are watching over you. The river is singing its ancient song. And you are safe. You are held. You are at peace. Sleep well.